Good morning. It is March the 13th. Kick it off with our disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, I hope everybody had a great evening. This is our last cool day here in the low 50s with winds from the north. We're supposed to be in the 60s here. Forecast for the rest of the month. So we'll take it. Time for spring to be sprung. The news this morning, small business, NFIB small business index 107.6. The highest reading was in 1983, 108. Small businesses are the engine of growth for our economy, and the headline was, small businesses are on fire. So the optimism in the small business sector of our economy is pretty high right now, and that should be more jobs added. When you look at the household employment statistics, 785 new jobs, 271 thousand part. That was 1.06 million, a huge number. So the economy looks to be on path for pretty strong growth. CPI today up 0.2. Lots of chatter out there. Oh, CPI. What will the Fed do? CPI comes in higher than forecast. Well, the Fed's focus is core PCE. It's not CPI. Core CPI or core PPI. So anyway, the tape chatter is that these two numbers will have a huge impact on the market today. And the FOMC announcement, which I believe, let's see, the 13th, comes next Wednesday for interest rates. So that's where we are. Resistance starting out this morning was 8 to 12. Had a sell of 7 to 11. Would like to get it done closer to 11. Sell 1. And 15 to 19. Sell 2. It is auction week. The 3-year auction was a good auction. Prices were up. As far as prices went, it was deemed a weak auction. The 10-year was deemed very, very strong. Hard to have a strong 30-year with a strong 10-year. So my guess is that we'll see a little bit weaker 30-year auction numbers today. They like big coverage north of 2.3 to 1, and we'll see if we get it. Fed's moving a lot of paper this week, so the dealers really can't afford to let the market, the selling get out of hand to the downside. So we will look for some dealer support today so we can buy into weakness, we can sell into strength early in the session. On the buy side, I had the buck to 4 by 1, 25 to 29 by 2. I had a hard time getting into the room this morning. I had to completely reboot my computer. Did anybody else have the problems I did, or is it just my machine was balking at GoToMeeting? When that happens for me, I have to shut everything down. It really sets me behind. But we have to face some sort of problems every day as traders. Something won't be quite right that we would like to have right. Okay, 24, 28, number 1 area right there that could hold. Selling 31, stow 3, sell 1. 7 to 11, sell 2. On the buy side, 12 to 16, number 1. So 5 to 9, buy 1. 29 to 01, buy 2. Well, the CPI news is supposed to rock the markets this morning, and we'll see if it actually does. Given the way the PPI numbers have been coming in, you would guess that the CPI numbers would be higher than forecast. Okay, gold is saying CPI is not going to be a problem. Okay, we had a 24, 26 sell last night. It held right off the opening, and our buy was 18 to 20. That's pretty good calls for our London and European crowd. The spill was from 23.50, so 23.25 sell 1. 28 to 30 sell 2. CPI news should impact the bond. Gold and the note in the same way. We'll make, because it is a B, we'll make it a little bit lower here, 15 to 17, on the idea that the number might be a little higher than forecast. Buy 1, 10, 12, buy 2. I looked at the long-term forecasts for the United States and draw a line across the middle part of our country, and they say we have at least one more week, 10 days of cooler than normal forecast temperatures in the forecast. We're right on the border of that, so 39 degrees north and up. Still supposed to have cool weather here for another 7 to 10 days before spring gets sprung. They've had boy, the Northeast has been really getting whacked. Okay, we had a 40 to 50 sell. We got up to 56, so 50 to 60 sell 1 on the euro. 75 sell 2. I don't know how inflation will really affect us. Guess if we have a higher than forecast inflation, maybe the euro will go higher, but I don't have a strong feel for that. 10 to 20 buy 1. We'll make 75 to 85 buy 2. It is trying to sell, so we'll give it a little room on the downside. Crude oil. Everybody's talking about too much supply. Every time you turn around, the United States is screwing it up for OPEC. Isn't that something? The United States actually making things difficult for OPEC countries after what they've done to our economy since 1973. You think you have, well, the President of the United States has a great business jet. One of those guys over there has a Airbus 380, the great big one, all decked out with beds. I'd be surprised if he didn't have a swimming pool in there, which would be pretty hard to pull off in an airplane. Okay, crude oil, 50 to 75, pretty much where we have been. Sell 1, 62 even, 62 and a quarter, sell 2. On the buy side, we've got a B here. Let's play for stops below 61. May have to pay up and get in. So 60.75, 61 buy 1, 60 1/4, 60.50 buy 2. Kind of see that we're right there in the middle of the current trading range, and don't have a lot of the opportunity isn't there like if you were up at $62 plus, 62 1/4. Okay, can the Emini get through 28.05 this morning? We're going to go higher. Resistance starts at 2800. 2800, 28.05 is resistance. We had a great small business optimism index report this morning. Really hasn't taken the market that much higher, but that is the engine of growth. So 99 to 04 is sell 1. That is resistance. You can see right up here 10 to 14 is pretty good resistance. That would be sell 2. Get through the 15 level. The attractor's up here at 25.27. On the support side, pretty good support in the 85, 88 area. So we'll make 91, 86 buy 1. Like to get it done lower, of course. And then 76.81 buy 2. Small business index did come in at 107.6. The all-time high was 108 in 1983. Think of that. That's a long time ago. CPI plus 0.2. Core CPI plus 0.2. Don't think the stock market will pay a lot of attention to these two numbers, but you never know. That's where the tape chatter is. Have to talk about something. Can't just send a blank column out to your clientele, to your readers, right? Okay, going to take a bit to get everything up, put in the right spot. I'm going to get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible.